Hello and welcome to a new video, and today we're traveling by train on a small local branch line in southern Germany again. We're traveling on the Biberbahn from Radolfzell to Mengen. And here on the map you can see where we are in southern Germany, and here you can see my train arriving at the station of Radolfzell. As you can see, our train is rather old today. It is an almost historic train. It's a Class 218 heavy diesel locomotive and 3 N carriages, in Germany called N-Wagen, and also known as Silberlinge, as they used to have a silver livery. Nowadays they usually have the typical red livery of Deutsche Bahn. These ones are not owned by Deutsche Bahn anymore, so they got a different livery. They are blue and owned and operated by a company called SVG. As you can see, the interior is rather original with old comfy benches. The only thing that has changed are the seat covers. They are in the modern design of Deutsche Bahn, but otherwise it's still in its original appearance. And we are starting here at Radolfzell at Lake Constance. Today we're traveling on a railway line called Biberbahn, that translates to Beaver Railway, and obviously that name is because there are many beavers, and during our ride we will see many signs of beavers, like beaver dams or also trees that the beavers have chewed on. So there are many signs of them that you can see during our train ride, and that's why this railway line is called the Beaver Line. It's not its official name, that's the touristic name. The official name of this railway line is Ablachtalbahn, which means Ablach Valley Railway Line, and Ablach, that's a small river that we're following with this railway line. We just left the main railway line to Friedrichshafen, another city at Lake Constance, here at Staringen, and now we're passing the stations of Walwies and Nenzingen without a stop. Our first stop will be in Stockach. Until Stockach there is a regular passenger service with a train once every hour. This part of the railway line has been reopened in 1969, and the rest of the railway line till Mengen had no passenger service since the late 1960s. And here we are now in Stockach. That used to be the end of the passenger service for many years. But as you can see, we are going further because we are going now all the way to Mengen, because the Biberbahn was reopened just 1 year ago in 2021. It was reopened for a touristic train services and has now some touristic trains on it. There is still no regular passenger service on a daily basis, but in the summer months, usually from May to October, there are trains every Sunday, and on public holidays, usually 3 trains a day. These trains are usually operated by modern rail cars called Regio Shuttle, but our train today was an historic train. And as you can see, we are here in the winter season because our train was an additional service that was organized rather spontaneously and was just announced about 2 weeks earlier. Today's train was running because of the Christmas markets, but it was not only planned for people who want to go to the Christmas markets, but also for train enthusiasts. So that's why it's operated by this historic train. Both the locomotive and the cars are still in use in Germany, but they are pretty rare meanwhile. Just a few years ago you could see them almost everywhere in Germany, but they get replaced by newer trains all over Germany. So right now these trains are actually pretty rare. N carriages are only used for replacement services anymore, and the Class 218 is also getting replaced by newer and more fuel efficient locomotives. We are now in a place called Schwackenreute, and here we have another branch line that is only operated by touristic trains, and this is the train line from Schwackenreute to Aulendorf via Pfullendorf, and the part between Schwackenreute, where we are right now, and Pfullendorf is unfortunately not in service anymore, but from Pfullendorf to Aulendorf there are some touristic trains in the summer season. And soon we will arrive at our first stop since Stockach. There are a few villages in between, but they do not have a train station right now, as this train line is now owned and operated by the villages. So currently there are only stations in those villages who wanted to participate in the project. But most probably they will get a station as well, because there are plans to reopen these lines for regular passenger service, and latest when this is happening there will be also a station in the other cities. Here we just passed the company Tego Metall, which was also a reason why this railway line survived even though it was closed down. But first let's hear how this diesel locomotive sounds like. And we just left our next station, Bichtlingen. That was just opened this year. And now we are arriving in the most important stop in between. That's the city of Meßkirch. Most guests left here to visit the big Christmas market. But as you can see, I stayed on the train to run the full line to Mengen, and on our way there we just have one more stop in between at Menningen-Leitishofen, and then we continue on to Mengen without any further stops. There are a few cities in between, but they do not have a station at this moment, even though these are even rather bigger villages and cities. The first village that we reach is Göggingen, but as I said, it does not have a station, so we're going past it without stopping. And then we are reaching Krauchenwies, and this is another rather important city for this railway line. Firstly, because there's another connection to the company Tego Metall, and this company was very important for this railway line because when it was completely closed and even partly demolished, this company made sure that the track was rebuilt for their freight traffic, and that is one of the reasons why this railway line was still in existence, just without service for a long time, and that's the reason why it was possible to reopen it for these touristic services now. And secondly, Krauchenwies is important because there used to be another branch line going to the city of Sigmaringen. Here you can see the station, the former station of Krauchenwies. And soon after leaving Krauchenwies, on the other side, on the left side, we have the former branch line to Sigmaringen. That was also closed in 1969 and it was demolished in 1971. So there's not much left of this railway line. Just a bit of the embankment and a few bridges are left. Here you can see a few remains of the embankment, but most of it is long time gone. Even though Sigmaringen is a bigger city than Mengen and also it has more connections, but still the railway line to Mengen was more important because when this track was built, it was supposed to be a direct connection from the big city of Ulm in Germany and the Swiss city of Basel, and that's why the line to Sigmaringen was closed and the line to Mengen is still in existence, because if you would go via Sigmaringen it would take longer and you would also need to change the direction, whilst here via Mengen you can just go directly on to Ulm. But that was just used for a few years and it was not very successful. So nowadays if there are trains on this railway line, they're only going till Mengen, and there you need to change trains to go on to Ulm, for example. And nowadays also you need to change here if you want to go to Sigmaringen. And here we already are at Mengen. These are the last few meters that we are now going, and we can hear our beautiful diesel locomotive one more time from the opening windows and also watch our train arriving at the station. I left the train in Mengen and continued on to Sigmaringen with a regular passenger train, but I didn't make a video about this one, so our next video will be from Sigmaringen. But firstly, we're gonna watch our train leave the station again. And that's it for this video, and I hope it was interesting for you to see this old German train in southern Germany. As always, here you can see when my next video will be uploaded and the name of the song. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider to comment, like, subscribe or share a video link, and I hope to see you in the next video.